We're ready for you on set. The AD has your script. Are you guys ready?
Here's your revised script. You ready? All right, people, back to one. Sound ready? Roll sound. Camera ready. Roll camera. Slated.
Scene one, take one.
Ready when you are.
If you've been wanting to learn how to make and shoot films without the expensive price tag, at Arlington Independent Media, the only thing missing is you.
There's a lot of abundance here. There's a lot of people who are doing very well. When you're a family, particularly a child, a teenager, a school-age child who's not doing well financially or have even the basics of 3 meals a day or a place to go home at night, you know it, and you feel very isolated.
I've been homeless for the past 5 years, and at my age, I'm thankful I don't have no ailments or nothing. And the shelter could be good or bad. It's the way you accept it. And I see it's very good.
I became homeless because a lot of alcohol and drugs in my life. My homelessness took me a lot of places, a whole bunch of places. Treatment facilities, this park bench in the city, under the bridges, and all of that type of stuff.
I have been in and out of homelessness now since 06, 07, somewhere in there, for one reason or another.
Is that all right? Hey.
You know, they say a father's success is by how well his son surpasses him or how well his son does. And, you know, and me being an artist, you know, I'm not making features right now.
Right.
I am a struggling artist that wants to make his Greek hardworking, you know, father proud who, you know, had nothing and then made something of himself. So it's like, you know, that's a constant battle I'm still having. So I just think you just shoot for that and you put what you know in the film. And I think it adds a different dynamic when that's the case.
Yeah, and just real quick, because Kyle, I want to hear your answer. It's not about the fact, it's not about the race, but it's more about the fact that as a director, I think that you really tapped into that. And so that's what I really want for the Picture Lock audience, the filmmakers that are watching in terms of telling that storytelling. But Kyle, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking about what Stephen had to say. I think that, you know, this story, which was written by George, who knows DC, probably better than any other writer out there. But he wrote a story that really had less to do, I think, with the color of the skin of the characters than it did with, like you said, a universal struggle.
There are so many different roads in life that one must pick and choose from. Therefore, one must take the time out to stop, think, and prepare to realize this is the only life which I know I am guaranteed of. There are no exchanges, no refunds, no rebates, and no warranties. Therefore, one must live it wisely, knowing that down the roads, one will run into different bumps, and potholes. One must travel on in life and be willing to deal with the good times and the letdowns that life will surely bring, because no one really knows when one will hear their final ring. So therefore, one must always keep in mind, this is my life, my only life, and it's up to me to live it wisely. Thank you, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life. Thank you.
We have the largest museum collection of any natural history museum in the world. There are some 127 million specimens in this entire museum complex.
So 127 million
Yeah.
specimens.
So-
and what happens in this room?
So in this area in particular, we have some 40 million vertebrate fossils. Those are fossils belonging to backboned animals that include dinosaurs, mammals, birds, reptiles, all extinct, all represented by fossils. 250 million years of evolution is captured right there. We have fossils from every continent of the world, from every time period. This is the nation's collection that we hold in trust for everyone, but it's also a tremendous resource for scientific discovery.
Have you looked at your car lately? Your fender is all bashed in. And I checked, it looks like you ran into the side of the garage. The garage door won't even go up and down.
Mary, you get excited over little things. I was just in a rush that day. I had to get back inside to answer the telephone call from your sister at 4 p.m. Now, let's just talk about something else. My driving is none of your business.
You are so stubborn. Your driving has gotten so much worse. Dad, you're 83 years old. You're going to have to stop driving sometime, so it looks like it's going to be now. So give me the keys, and we will figure it out later.
You know, thanks for reminding me how old I am, and I'm not going to give you my keys. I'm a perfectly good driver, and I don't like the way that you're talking to me, Mary. You're not my mother.
Dad.
Wow, that certainly didn't go well.
What did you notice, Cheryl?
Well, there was a lot of things. For example, the daughter was really trying to tell Dad what to do, and he obviously didn't like it, and he was annoyed by what she was saying, and so he was going to be resistant, and and he was insulted.
Where are we? Fred, and where's the plane? We're not even at landing strip, and the Electra is gone.
This is weird. We seem to be in a palace of some sort. It doesn't make any sense.
And look at that bizarre city through the window.
It's so futuristic. As if we were in a Flash Gordon movie.
I don't understand it. Is this a dream?
I just sense we're in a different place and time.
Shh. I hear footsteps.
There you are. I found you. You don't belong here.
You can say that again.
On Sunday, December 6, 2016, the house was packed for the launch party of Arlington's first and only low-power FM station, WERA, at Arlington Independent Media. Members of the community participated in a live radio play using professional actors and Foley sound effects. A group sing-along of This Land Is Your Land was recorded in the TV studio and played over the air shortly after the launch. Community members also had an opportunity to record oral histories of our community. There were tours of the broadcast studio and audio production suite. The standing room only crowd heard remarks from Arlington Independent Media's executive director, Paul LaValle, Arlington County Board Chair, Mary Hines, Office of Emergency Management Director, Jack Brown, AIM's Board President, Sonia Dunn, and Gigi Son of the FCC. It was a day that will resonate with Arlingtonians for years to come.
And all around me, a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me.
Again, if you're just looking for an animal that sits in the corner and then comes up and licks you when you get home and then goes back in the corner and lays down, don't get a bird. The bird demands attention, and they need the attention. Or otherwise you're going to get a bird that's going to be screaming and squawking, and because they just need that social interaction. And they're not domesticated. These are wild creatures, 2 or 3 generations removed from the jungle. Dogs and cats have been around for thousands of years, so they're basically domesticated creatures. Those are not birds.
Well, if anyone's considering bringing a bird into their home, please come to us first, because like I said, we can give you the chance to find out if this is going to work for you or not.
A single bird is okay, but as long as you have a lot of interaction with it, and don't just leave it locked in the cage as a trophy, that's not the good part. So
it's like coming home to a house full of kids. That's what it is. There are kids. They participate in. They eat with us. They play with us. They greet us at the door.
My name is Ochirama Asante. I am 6 feet tall with black hair and brown eyes. I weigh 190 pounds when I'm happy. And I weigh 250 pounds when I'm miserable. Right now, I'm 230 pounds. And my future lies in your hands. Left alone in the middle of the ocean, with no land in sight, in the midst of furious storms, to steer alone my course, to battle against the engulfing waves in a canoe, much too small. Must I stop? Wait or give up? Never! Forward must I paddle to make my own rescue. Whether I can reach the shore or not is for the Creator to decide.
You know, as good as Arrow's been, it's been consistent.
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man.
I can't
Let's talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I tried Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the first 3 episodes.
Right.
Didn't care about anybody.
Right.
If you can't make me connect with somebody immediately, why am I investing in it?
Yeah.
So then I stopped watching it. Everyone said, oh, as it keeps going, it gets better. I'm like, well, how much do I have to invest in these episodes until it gets good? And then, of course, I saw Cap 4 times. And after the first time seeing it, I was like, okay, I want to see what all the hubbub is with everything with S.H.I.E.L.D. now, because there is no S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
And I watched it afterwards, was so unimpressed. It just feels like a bad 90s show.
Really, that's funny because I felt really similarly going into it, but I'd say after around the Thor crossover, I was like, okay, this is picking up.
I talk
this
to
is getting
people and
interesting.
they're like, the thing is, you have to eat your vegetables before you can get your dessert. And as I said, I watched the first 3, skipped a slew, and then went to Cap just to see if I would feel any differently, and I didn't. So now I kind of want to watch it all the way through if I can get myself to sit down to do it.
There are some
but
terrible episodes in that show.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like Smallville's filler.
Your lease said no pets under any circumstances. I'll need an additional $200 pet deposit plus $50 for fraud.
For a goldfish?
Well, it's a pet.
You're ridiculous.
Words don't mean that
much to me. I tell him lies and they sign quickly. If something breaks, I won't be found. If mice infest, I'm not around. Give me hell, I'll raise their rent, or tow their car and leave a dent. Yes, I'm the landlord, pay my fees. You don't want trouble with me.
A patch
Right, of course.
that they wear on their jacket to identify themselves as such. So again, we don't seem to do this well, is really what it comes down to. And the president is not handling this the best, but again, I really don't know which better way he could do it absent sending 10,000 American troops there, and nobody really wants that.
Well, no, I agree. No one wants it, but the fact of the matter is we're going to have to go, and we're going to have to stay the course. I think some have...
But what does that mean, though?
Well,
what is the end part of that mean? And how much are we willing to give up in order to get there? Are we willing to give up 20 years, 30, 40?
we lost 1 million lives, and we had to do that. We had no choice. And this may be another one of those instances where we have to say, hey, we're willing to lose hundreds of thousands of lives to combat this.
Look how many likes I have on this one. 437 likes. Oh my gosh. I took a picture just like that, and I got even more. No, you didn't. It doesn't matter. Everyone always likes the sassy pictures, like cuddle it. What are you guys doing? Nothing that concerns you. Are you guys checking around your likes on Instagram? Yeah, and we're the best at it. Now, you guys just think you're the best at it. I bet we could get way more likes than you. Whatever, you're nerds. Nerds don't know anything about intricacies of social media. You're on. I bet all the H2O in the world were better than you. Oh, yes. Yeah, nerds! Sassy girls, assemble!
Here's what I think, transformation. I'm gonna tell you why. Because a culture is strung together by communications. Communications, language. In the beginning, there was the word. It all starts with language and it ends with language. There's old conversations running us. Can you hear that? Like I can even hear some people saying Baltimore will never, ever be different. It'll always be this way. By the way, the rage that is going on in our community, we don't even know how to start the murder of black males. We have given up. On many, many levels, we've given up. Yes? We've given up on the possibility that we could have economic wealth, that we could be people that would actually empower all other cultures. Want to, would like to. There's old conversations.
WERA gives us the opportunity to build new connections using an old technology, if you will, but one that's free for everybody and makes it all accessible. For me, what's so cool about Arlington is that people come here from everywhere and they bring their stories and their traditions and their food, and we mix it all up, and that becomes Arlington, the Arlington way, and it filters into all the work we do, and it's what makes us special. Having our own low-powered radio means that we can tell our story to ourselves. Why don't we tell the story of the Columbia Pike Blues Fest? Why can't we be at Taste of Arlington? Why can't we have conversations among ourselves? WERA means that we can make that all possible.